Hi, I'm OmniSunday. I've been playing Pokemon since I was a kid, and for a long time I've had an idea for sequels to Pokemon Black 2 and White 2. I know this doesn't sound super original, but hear me out. The setting for this world is that Ghetsis beat the player character and began an empire. He rid Unova of the pesky fairy types that beat his Hydreigon, and 70 years later, dragons rule and fairies drool. Ghetsis has passed of old age, but fairies are still extinct. The desert resort has spread to completely cover Castelia City, and Opelucid City is the capital. Unova has become an outdated name for the region, and it's now called Opelucid. Okay, now that we're done with boring exposition, let's get to making Pokemon. The idea is that the starters, Snivy, Tepig, and Oshawott, were genetically engineered to resemble the box legendaries, Reshiram, Zekrom, and Kyurem. All three starters would begin as pure dragon types, and then evolve to gain the typing of the box legendary they resemble. Something I noticed about the starters is that they all have red and yellow highlights, red being in Snivy's eye, Tepig's tail and nose, and if we pretend Oshawott's nose is red, my idea isn't a stretch. Yellow is in Snivy's head and back markings, Tepig's head markings, and kind of Oshawott's skull chop, which is the shell on its belly. Listen, let's just pretend Oshawott is a part of this so I feel better about my observational skills. So, let's figure out which one we want to pair with which. Starting with Reshiram, it makes sense to pair it with Tepig since they're both fire type, and with Emboar's physical attack being its highest stat, we can make it as powerful as Reshiram's huge special attack stat while still giving them different niches, even if they're the same type. Then we'll pair Zekrom with Oshawott to make it Tepig's special attacking counterpart, as Zekrom is Reshiram's physical attacking counterpart. Stay with me here, okay? So, Kyurem is left to be paired with Snivy. This works out since Kyurem has the same physical and special stats and is more offensive, while Superior also has the same physical and special stats and is more defensive. Okay, let's start by drawing Snivy. I had the idea to make Opelucid Snivy walk on its forelimbs since the original Snivy uses its hind limbs, which is a trend you'll notice as the other starters evolve. The rest is just adding something like Kyurem's Ice Wings and Ice Tail, and then its color scheme to Snivy. I also made sure to add black and white to the color schemes of all three starters. Here's the final result. It will have the same stats and ability of its original counterpart, but as it evolves that will change. Speaking of evolution, the starters will evolve late at level 30. It learns plenty of grass and dragon type moves as well, along with ancient power. Even though he looks a little different, he's still as cool and calm as the original. The only real change I made to Tepig's body is that I made him real floofy, so he's just a little round guy. I gave him Reshiram's color scheme along with the red and yellow highlights of the original starters. This time Snivy will be the odd one out, but I'm sure he can handle it. Tepig's stats and abilities are the same as the original, and it learns fire and dragon type attacks along with ancient power. This Tepig is much more calm and quiet than the original, but can still roast berries if he needs to. This guy is probably my favorite. I gave Oshawott sharper curves to match Zekrom, and I wanted to give him some kind of facial pattern instead of freckles, but just ended up with some lines below the eyes. He looks so sad. I gave him red and yellow highlights just like Tepig, along with the blue of Zekrom's motor. As you may have guessed, he has the stats and abilities of the original Oshawott and learns water and dragon type moves, along with ancient power. The pattern on its belly is supposed to be a spike like Zekrom's tail to replace the Skull Chop, or instead of removing it to attack, he just saps him with energy beams, but it looks more like a belly button because I can't draw. Just pretend it looks like a spike, okay? Oshawott's Opelucid form isn't as energetic as its original form, and has trouble controlling its powerful energy beams. Maybe he'll feel better when he evolves? That's about it. Stay tuned for other videos with this premise, and the evolutions are coming soon. Thanks for watching!